Give me a second. Okay. This is gonna be a terrible recap. But we. This is one day after Elysium. Um, in the day gap that we had, Will had spent some time with Grace and his parents. Ever met Oliver, hung out with him. Hung out with Romero too. Uh, Jacob, On had come home and he spent time with her. Um, uh, Ever, she woke up, went to go ask Romero if he's cool with her feeding off of him, went into his room, saw that he was not there, the bid was made, and there was a vial on the bid that said, you're it. And so she goes to Will's house. Jacob wakes up feeling good. He spends some time journaling, writing all out a bunch of stuff, burns it. On comes in, they talk. They're gonna hang out a little bit. So On gets ready, and then they go out and they walk and they talk and they have some pizza. Jacob eats some pizza as well after being dared to. Um, Will woke up at Grace's, and he had another dream. And in this dream, Vespasiano was like getting into like a basin, and then had blood poured all over him, by a bunch of other people that were just carrying random vessels full of blood, so different bowls and pitchers and stuff. And he was really like enjoying it, and then he looked and made eye contact with Will and held it for a while, like as if Will was there. And then when he looked away, Will woke up. Grace wasn't there when he woke up, so he left a note before he left, and he texted Fedia and asked him to meet him at his apartment. Agnes woke up, talked to Roman, Ever called, tells her about Romero, so then Agnes leaves to go to Will's as well. Jacob and On are walking and talking. Get the pizza, talk about kindred life. He tells her about how he grew up in New York and that leaving for a bit was really good for him. It says that she needs to get out and have a vacation, and they discuss the embrace a bit, and she still really seems to want it, and they go to Will's so that she can talk to a bunch of vampire people. Um, Will gets home and Ever and Fidia are there on his couch. He tells them about the dream, and Ever knows about the bloodbath ritual, and pretty much it's like Vespasiano gained some rank, so now instead of being in charge of just one pack, he's kind of in charge of multiple packs. Um, and then I didn't take very good notes during this part, but Jacob and On got there. They got there. She asked a bunch of really good questions, um, like how old everybody is, whether they like being a kindred or not, like what advice they would give, and everybody was talking to her. It was a good talk. She got Agnes's phone number, and then Agnes also asked Fyodor about Diablerie and After Effects. Oh, I think On left already. Um, and
Yeah, On had left
and
for the
yeah,
Diablerie talk because it's kind of disturbing
yeah,
for a,
we're not gonna
what,
talk about
12,
that in front of a
13-year-old
kid.
girl.
So she left. I just didn't write that down. Ever also drank the vial, and it was like a dream or a memory of Romero sharpening a bunch of stakes with a bunch of other kids. Um, and it faded. And yeah, Fyodor was like, I don't want to get your hopes up about, Tomlin, but it's 50-50. Could go kind of either way. Um, Romero then calls and says that he's been mugged by some teens and needs to be let into the apartment.
Ever yelled at him for being that stupid.
So Ever left to go and let him in. Jacob asks about meeting with Anna and David, and Will sends David Jacob's number. Um, and then Agnes and Jacob had left. Fyodor stayed with Will to give him his memories back. Um, and he did. Uh, And so it was pretty much Will remembered during the Battle of New York, he had raided like an RN labs and killed a shit ton of people, thinking they were Sabat ghouls. And yeah, so Will's not doing pretty good after that. But Fedia stayed with him, and they talked. Agnes and Jacob they talked. He tells her that he thought about killing her, and he really hates that what she did to him. Agnes was like, "I get it, man." Um, they uh, they Agnes asked him if he wanted to go and see the Warren, so they start walking to go see the Warren. And as they're walking, Jacobs tells her all kinds of stories about things, and then he gets a call from David, and they set up a meeting. So they're gonna meet the next night, or I think the next night. I don't remember where. And he
Somewhere that's technically in between them, but still in Jacob's territory, as I recall.
and Jacob is allowed to bring Will as like his like backup, I guess.
Sorry, dude.
So that way
Hey,
David
man.
can bring his wife. And oh god, I have so many notes.
We did a lot.
Um, okay, so meanwhile, Ever and Romero, Ever teaches him how to use an espresso machine. He's singing, he's having a good time, making a bunch of espresso. And then freaky shit happens. Um, just absolutely terrible. He like starts, his arms start shredding up and he's bleeding a lot, and Ever goes into a frenzy, starts beating on him. Um, Vespasiano shows up and he's like, "Hey, I can make this stop, but you gotta do something for me. You gotta, I want, on, you gotta go get her for me or get information on her." And she refuses, and she's like, "No, I'll just embrace him. Fuck you." So he leaves, and Ever embraces Romero. It was fucking insane. Um, and yeah, Agnes also showed Jacob around in the Warren a bit. Jacob has a uh super huge gun that got pulled pulled out. Agnes has the bullets for that, and brought him into the
As I
Warren.
recall, it was described as an unnecessarily gnarly gun.
Unnecessarily gnarly gun. Um, and yeah, and then Fedia gave Will an envelope with the names of all the people that were there that night. And then Will texts Grace, and they agree to talk, but they're going to meet at the lab this time, which is a big deal. And yeah, that's the end of my absolute manic ramblings.
And Will didn't wear his helmet.
And Will didn't wear
Will
his
did
helmet.
not wear a helmet.
Forgot the most important
The
part.
most important part.
Yeah, that
That
opening
whole
drive
session,
check.
the biggest takeaway is Will did not wear a helmet.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot is riding on that opening drive check.
Good one. Ugh. Yeah, wow. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happening. So we have some things to wrap up in this. Maybe not as long as a full session, but maybe, because who fucking knows what's gonna happen.
We got a lot of shit to wrap up.
So, does anyone want to choose to begin, or shall I let the dice decide who begins for us?
I think let the dice decide.
That dice. That dice.
The dice.
Okay. All right. Kate, can you give me a drive and dexterity check, please?
Hold up, I gotta get my iPad.
I'm pretty sure you have 0 dots in drive.
I have
if I
0
remember
dots in drive.
correctly.
What?
Yeah, I don't have any dots in drive.
That's why he wears a
Will's
helmet.
a biker.
Yeah, I understand the helmet now. You're
But
just really
even
bad
people
at driving.
who are good at driving wear helmets.
He's also really terrible at finding parking.
Oh,
Yeah.
you put 0 dots in parking?
No, parking falls under driving, but I thought there
Sorry.
was this one time when he found like that amazing
Yeah, you did
parking
have a
spot. Was
crit
like, I'm
on a
never
parking
moving my bike again.
It's like one of the first rolls
Yeah,
of
it
the
was-
game.
I just like
Yeah,
slid into
it
that.
was.
Okay.
It's Brandon's fault.
Definitely random fault.
That would be 2 successes.
2 successes. Hmm. Okay. You make it to RN Labs. You run a few red lights. So we'll see if you get ticketed.
I have a speedy bike though.
You do, but they can always clock your license plate,
Sure.
which is
Sure.
registered to your name, if you will remember. That was a detail you personally clarified.
Did I?
Yeah, like early.
No.
Session,
remember
like
that.
1 or 2.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just don't remember.
I wrote it down.
Of course you did.
So you make it. You make it to RN Labs. Have you been inside? Yeah, you've been inside. Of course you've been inside. The first time you spoke to Grace was inside
I've been in
RN
there.
Labs.
I think he just stands on the sidewalk and looks up at the building.
It's tall. Nice construction.
And he'll signal to Grace that he's here. He's just going to stand out there.
She messages you back. Great, come on in.
So he will slowly walk into the building.
You're greeted by the security officer. They're very friendly. Here to see Dr. Reed, right?
Yes, Dr. Reed, please.
Go on. He motions you to the elevators.
So he'll go to the elevators. He's not really in a hurry.
Get in the elevator. You know her office is on the 2nd floor. You've been there before. Not to her office, but you've met outside of her office.
So he'll head that way.
When the elevator doors open on the 2nd floor, you see Grace is sitting on a couch lounger kind of thing, scrolling on an iPad.
He'll get off the elevator and just kind of stand there and look at her.
Eventually, she looks up from the iPad and sees you. Will stands up and walks over to you and approaches as if she's going to lean in and kiss you on your cheek. Notices that you're very stiff. What's going on?
A lot is going on. Can we go somewhere private where there's no other ears?
Yeah, of course. She puts her hand on your back and leads you through this lobby down a hallway. You see a big oak door. There's a plaque on the outside of the door that has her name on it. Dr. Grace Reek. She opens it and lets you in. Her office is very empty. There's nothing on the walls. There's no windows. There is... one moment. There is nothing on the walls. There's a big desk, a bookshelf with a lot of various volumes and magazines and stuff on it. On the desk there's a big computer, but it's very, very tidy. Behind the desk is a large curtain, like thick, kind of, you can see a curtain rod. There's a big curtain sitting behind her desk, black velvet. And there's a chair in front of her desk. She leads you to it and pulls her own chair around so that you guys are sitting next to each other.
I think when he gets to the door, he kind of like hovers and stares at the plaque, and he just kind of like runs his finger over it. He just kind of takes a second and smiles before he goes into the office.
Mm-hmm. She grabs your hand when you're both sitting.
I don't know how to tell you this.
Well, you don't have to tell me. I told you that this morning. You don't have to tell me.
I know you told me that, but this, I feel like this affects you, and because of that, you deserve to know. Because you may not want me in here once you know about it.
Well, I know that you're worried about that. But I'm not worried about that.
Maybe you should be, Grace.
Will, I know you, and I know that there are things that you've done that you aren't proud of. And I know that you have a very high standard for your own behavior. And in some ways, I think maybe I'm a little more forgiving than you are in that manner.
Don't you want to know?
I don't not want to know, but it looks like it's upsetting you. And if it's going to upset you to tell me, I'm not going to feel any less close to you.
I'm already upset, Grace. It's I don't know how this wouldn't upset you.
She takes
So,
your other hand, so she's holding both of them.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna tell you this. It's just a matter of time. But I'm gonna leave this up to you. Do you wanna show me around the place first? Or do you wanna know what I did?
You know, it kind of feels like now we're in a competition for whose secrets are the worst.
It's not a competition, Grace. I'm saying what I did is gonna change your mind about a couple of things. And you might not be comfortable having me in here, is what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with a competition between the two of us.
Well, it's very possible that I show you around and then you leave before you're able to tell me.
You really think that's gonna happen?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out your lines these days.
Yeah, that makes two of us, huh?
What do you want?
I want to be with you, but I don't feel like I deserve that anymore.
Can I tell you something?
Of course. Tell me something.
I'm worried that you're going to tell me this and it's not going to be that bad. And then I'm going to tell you what I've been doing for the last 70 years. And you're going to leave again. And I don't know which of those things I want to happen first. Should I see if you're exaggerating, or should I give you ammunition to hurt me again?
I don't want to hurt you, Grace.
I know. I know.
Last night was amazing. I want more of that.
So what if we just have more of that?
What, and I don't know anything you're doing, and you don't know anything that I did?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like... Doesn't seem completely real that way, does it?
I really care about you. Will, do you remember the date we met?
Of course I do.
What was it?
The date?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember the exact date. Well, wait a second. Let me think about this. Would have been, would be 1945. I want to say it was, September the 5th,
Was the 7th?
1945.
But you're pretty close.
Right. I remember everything about that day. I don't remember the date.
It's okay.
I've had a lot of September the 7th
Yeah.
since then, so.
Yeah.
But so have you, so.
So have I.
What about it?
Just wondering if you remembered.
Why?
It's an important day to me. Probably to you too.
Yeah, it was.
I maybe I want to tell you.
Tell me what?
Well, you know there are things I can't tell you.
Yeah, I know that.
But maybe you tell me your thing first.
Okay. He kind of squeezes her hand and takes a breath, takes a second. And then he looks back into her eyes and he kisses her. Like really kisses her. I just had to do that one more time.
Well,
For good luck. For good luck. For good luck. For good luck.
okay.
So, what were you doing in 1999?
A lot of things.
Yeah, you were supposed to come to New York, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a big hospital opening up.
I didn't tell you that.
Mm-mm. Something happened to it, huh? It was me, Grace.
What?
I'm so sorry. I was given orders that there was a Sabbat threat. And so I took care of it.
There were a lot of people in that lab.
I know. You know how I was so torn up about drinking from that girl at Elysium?
Yeah.
Well, turns out that wasn't my first drink.
I'm sure that was hard for you to hear.
I went a little wild. I thought they were ghouls. I thought they were Sabbat. And I wanted revenge. And so I drank from them.
Wow.
And then I blew the whole place up. So, me being in this facility is kind of a safety threat. You have to understand.
She pulls her hands out of yours. Our security's much better now.
I would imagine so. I'm sorry, Grace.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's not enough.
It's not.
So, you want me to leave?
I don't know.
You
Not
wanna
yet.
tell me what you're thinking?
Just, I don't know if I want to share what I'm thinking.
Well, you don't have to.
I'm thinking that you left me You know how many people died in my experiments? Well, 2. Just 2. A lot more than 2 worked in that lab. And it's fine, we replaced them, but I was set back years.
I'm sure. I'm sure you lost a lot of time, of information, resources. And I can't give that back to you, Grace.
How do you feel about all this?
About what specifically? I feel a lot of things.
Tell me them.
I feel like a hypocrite. A fraud. I feel lost. I feel guilty. And angry. Because my anger got the best of me. The one thing I've tried to keep in check all these years, and it doesn't matter why I did it.
You know, if you want my opinion, it doesn't really seem like it was your anger that was the problem. Seems like your blind allegiance. May have been the bigger factor.
Grace. I wasn't blindly following the Camarilla. It was a means to an end. The Sabbat brutally murdered Ella Harris. And I wanted justice. I wanted revenge for her. And so I heard all I needed to hear to go and root out the bastards who did that to her. And I had bad information.
I don't think you had bad information.
Why do you say that?
Because in 1999, I had a contract with the Sabbat.
And
And what?
what are you telling me right now?
I already told you this, Will. I just didn't tell you when it happened. I work with all kindred. I study all kindred. I'm not Sabbat. I don't condone their methods. I don't condone their lifestyle. But there
Do you know
are
what happened then?
uprisings around the world at that time. We needed to understand what they were capable of.
Do you know about Ella Harris?
I don't. I'm sorry that she passed. I'm sure that was difficult for you.
She didn't just pass, Grace. She was tormented. Tormented. For hours. And hours. And hours. She didn't just pass. That would have been easier. That could have been bearable.
I'm sorry. Shit.
What?
I didn't think I didn't think you could do anything that would upset me this much. And
Yeah.
you know, I was looking forward to showing you my work and trying to help you out. And now I really don't want to. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it.
I understand. I won't blame you either way, Grace. Tell me what you want me to do, Grace, and I'll do it.
I don't know, William. I really don't know.
Well,
I
you want to study me at least? I'm still having those dreams.
Yeah, I'm not really in the mood.
It's not for me, it's just offering it for you. You don't even have to tell me what you find at this point.
I don't think it would be a good idea for me to be your doctor right now.
Right. Well,
But
I'll give you some space. I'll give you some time.
But I would rather be able to shout at you than scream into the void about this. So
shout at me, Grace. Come on, I'm right here. Shout.
I'm just saying that you don't get to walk away and cut yourself out of my life.
All right. So tell me. Come on. Speak up. What do you want to say to me, Grace?
I want to say you're a fucking hypocrite. And I want to say that
What else? Come on.
you ruined years of work.
Yeah, what else I do?
And you probably don't even know.
What don't I know, Grace? Tell me.
You don't know what kind of work was going on in there. And I'm going to fucking spare you from it.
Come on. Is that it? Is that all you got for me? Come on. Yell at me, Grace. Come on.
Will, I'm trying really hard not to.
Not to what?
Rip your fucking throat out. And I
Do
think
it.
I need to leave because I'm probably stronger than you. And I really don't want to kill you. Okay?
He walks away, away from her, but still in the office. He kind of runs his hands through his hair and I still love you, Grace.
I don't think that was in question.
I'm just saying. I'm here.
Oh, I know.
Do you want me to go?
No.
What do you
There's
want me to do then?
things that you should. There are things that I don't experiment on innocent people anymore, which I think is something that you should remember.
Okay.
This does not come naturally to me.
What?
Being a good person.
He looks over at her and he smiles at her. I think you're a better person than you think, Grace.
I know you think that. Can you make an intelligence and resolve check?
fuck yeah. Got 2 crits. That's 4. I got 7.
Wow. Almost enough.
But oh, fuck.
Will, I love you too. Even after this. And I'm still going to help you because I think that it will make you feel indebted to me. She looks you in the eyes. Don't leave me.
I wasn't planning on it, Grace.
She stares at you for a long moment, and you see a few tears roll down her cheek. She walks closer to you and reaches for your hand and wipes her tear with your hand. I have to go. And she leaves the room and closes the door. And we'll go below ground for a little bit to Agnes and Jacob, who are in the Warren.
Yes. Sorry. Just wrapping up my notes.
You're on mute.
Housekeeping, has Jacob figured out the Wi-Fi password yet?
No, because there's only Wi-Fi in one spot in the Warren, and everything else is only through Ethernet. Yeah,
Hardwire connection.
It's a
Go.
sensitive topic. They're figuring it out. Tomlin was in charge of the Wi-Fi, so
Yeah. Yeah. So we're kind of.
So we're in what? Are we in the Willy Wonka's glass elevator? Are we in the courtyard?
I think you guys ended in the control room, right?
The control room.
That's fine with
It
me.
was all a blur.
I remember being in an area and I had in my
Was it the
mind
library?
like a college library with lots of people doing things.
Yeah, that's the control room, right? No, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember where we
That's where
ended
the glass elevator is that, becomes opaque when you lock the door that Roman works from.
Yeah.
And it's like very busy.
Yeah.
You can be wherever you want. I don't care.
Are most places kind of busy normally?
Yeah. I mean the control room, people are always working. Like there's someone is working there. I think the park kind of depends.
Okay. So
But the places where like work is happening is always busy.
Okay.
But the recreational areas it just depends.
So Jacob's kind of like leafing through some like documents on a table next to like a map and things absentmindedly. So how do you split up your time, between any gestures in here?
I'm still working on having a nice system for that.
Yeah, the
So
commute's a bear.
yeah, it's not ideal. I would prefer to spend more time here than elsewhere. Just because this is where my family is.
I noticed that when I came here the first time, I just kind of walked and I found like an auditorium or something like that. But when we came this time around, we jumped off a train.
Yes, there are different ways to get in. We
I'm
could have just
guessing that
walked
the
instead of
train is faster.
yes,
Yeah.
but you do have to jump off of it, which
Yeah.
how are you?
Good. It's helpful to kind of get the lay of the land.
Good. I'm glad. So, when do you want this to happen? How involved do you want to be in the planning of the kidnapping of your daughter? And what limits
Probably
do you have?
best that I'm not deeply involved, although I can help. I can for starters, I think maybe the best time would be when she's with that Tammin.
Mhm.
It's sort of like a close confidant, friend of mine. We go way back. Also runs my firm with me, and kind of like a aunt figure to On.
Okay. All right.
I haven't told her anything about this yet, and I don't intend to because
Yeah,
it
I wouldn't.
would be difficult.
Yes, I think no offense, but as long as you're fine with it, we'll keep you out of the planning process. The less you know, the better.
Yeah, I do think probably sooner is best. Not tomorrow, not like the day after that, but it's my intention to convey to the prince that we are interested in moving along with things
Of course.
soon,
Do you mind if I ask why?
because then it will be a lot less suspicious when things don't go as I would like them to.
How would you like them to go?
Well, I would like on. Oh, God. What I'm trying to say is, if I tell the prince, "Hey, I really want On to get embraced," and the prince then thinks, "Great, Jacob, we'll make it happen," and then when On disappears and I am distraught, the prince won't have any idea. I'm typically an internal processor, and that might seem strange to you, but I don't typically express these thoughts outwardly. So sorry if it's a bit messy. I'm
No,
more
I think I'm the same way, actually, so
pen to
I do
paper.
appreciate you vocalizing it. It's a good plan. What so what does your after look like?
My after?
Yes. After you're so distraught, your daughter's missing, what then?
Mm.
You just live a split life? Sometime down here with your daughter, sometime above ground working.
That's the plan for the time being.
For the time being.
Well, obviously, you and the other members of the coterie and their friends, obviously, we're not very happy with the situation, and we're going to change the status quo. But until then, yeah, doing the commute.
That's good. I am curious, when we do change the status quo, do you have any visions for that?
Look, I'm open to a number of different possible paths. I think what's important to me is that there is some set organization in place to help shepherd and guide humanity along uh, on their path.
Humanity.
Well, yes.
All right.
I mean, that's what the camera is doing, more or less. I mean, they're not really as focused and concerned and sort of a cattle property owner relationship for the most part, but that's what they do.
Yes. Well, that's good to hear. I like your answer.
Ah, that's a relief. So, how about you? How do you envision the change in status quo?
Mostly, I just want a place where everyone is treated as equals. It's treated more on who they are, based on who they are, rather than what they look like or what clan they have.
It's so outdated. I mean,
Incredibly.
it's tacky, honestly. I mean, some of these guys, I mean, vampires have people have been around for centuries, and they still have you. You can't even be a yourself at Elysium.
I know. It's ridiculous, and it's time that it ends, or at least it ends here.
Yeah.
Agnes, you see someone that you know as a young Nosferatu walking up to you. Jacob, you can't really tell. They could be 1,000 years old for how wrinkled their skin is. No nose, very long pointed ears. They approach the two of you cautiously, giving space until getting an acknowledgement from Agnes that they can approach closer.
And this is what I recognize.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of nod, kind of gesture for them to come over,
They
or
walk,
I'll meet them halfway.
uh,
I'll go to them.
they come up to you. There's something that we need you to look at when you get a chance. Swiftly.
Swift. All right. I will wrap this up.
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Everything's fine. Not an issue, just need a ruling on something.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Cosmo.
They turn around.
She'll leave, and she'll go over to Jacob, or back to the table. Well, Jacob, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to cut our tour short. I have
Oh, what's going on?
not certain yet, but my attention has been requested elsewhere.
Ah, are you Are you the queen of the Nosferatu?
Queen? No, I am in a leadership position, but
Mhm.
not a queen. Just a leader, among others. And she kind of starts walking, like leading you out of the room, and back along the way that you guys came. While we talk.
Oh, how long have you been in that position?
Not incredibly long. My children were the ones that helped get this place, well, to what it is now. And when I returned to them, they wanted my help.
Where were you?
I I spent some time away after Roman, after I thought Roman died.
Traveling?
Periodically, Did a lot of writing.
Hmm. Yeah. Something about travel really opens up the mind.
Have you traveled a lot?
Well, back in the day, but not recently. No. You know, my wife Cassie and I we actually eloped. It was over in Italy, and it's the first time to Europe for her and myself, and did a lot of travel then. But yeah, it's been a while.
Well, you have time. You can always travel again. I think a change of scenery is very nice once in a while.
I agree, but a lot to deal with here first, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah. That's why I said you have time.
Nah,
I wouldn't recommend it now.
no, but some great flights over to Cozumel.
Oh yeah. Always an option. Keep it in the back of your mind for a
Mm.
couple years from now.
Wow. Well,
You made
thank
it
you
to
for
the park, which is a little busy at this time of night, which is right by the exit.
She'll walk you to the like the entrance of the exit, maybe a little further in. And eventually she slows and stops, and you can tell she doesn't really intend to walk you all the way out. Um, well, Jacob, thank you for joining me down here. I'm glad I could show you around a bit.
yeah. Yep. Thank you, Agnes.
If you have any questions, I am always willing to answer them, at least the best that I can.
For sure. Um, see you around. Oh, and before I forget,
I have your. She pulls out your bullets and puts them in your hand. And as she puts them in your hand, she counts them like just as they fall in your hand. There's only 5. She reaches back in. She goes, oh, reaches back in and pulls out a 6th one and kind of holds it up and looks at it, looks at you and puts it in your hand and gives you a warm smile. Have a wonderful evening, Jacob.
you too, Agnes. Queen,
Stay safe.
Agnes.
Not queen. And then she'll watch as you kind of walk on. She'll wait until you walk away, and then she'll walk off.
And as soon as Jacob is just like walk down the hall a little bit, he's gonna pull out his unnecessarily gnarly hand cannon, and he's going to put in the rounds
Cool. He is.
and then stuff it back in his jacket.
Sounds good. And where does Jacob go?
Shit. You hop on a train. I have to walk back. Anything's about asking backwards. Does Jacob remember which direction to go?
Yeah, there's only one. It's just like
Okay.
a long hallway, but there's no real like turns once you jump off the train.
But so he'll go down the long hallway, but once he gets to the tracks, does he know which way to go?
I don't know. Let's see.
Because he arrived via the auditorium entrance last time.
The last time, yeah. So he's only been this way once. Let's say
Agnes just put faith in him that he would be able to be like, oh, we go this way. He was like, figure it out.
let's say intelligence and streetwise.
We have 2 passes.
You're reasonably confident that you know which train line this is and which direction you would need to hop onto and or like follow to get back to a station that you know.
Cool. So he will just kind of walk down the tracks, and will pay attention to where the electrified rail is and try to avoid stepping on it.
Cool. Great. So let's go above ground for a moment and see Ever.
Yep.
You have just attempted to embrace Romero, something that you've never done before.
Nope. Never
And
done that before.
he's laying there. You've been calling Agnes to no avail.
After about 10 minutes, I'll probably stop trying to call Agnes. And instead, I think she'd call Oliver.
Interest. Okay. Yeah, sure. You call Oliver. All right. He answers immediately. Hey, how you doing?
I need help.
You need help? Okay, I can help you. What do you need help with?
And I need I just embraced my friend, and it's been so fucking long. I don't remember what happens after they wake up.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, okay. Shit. All right. Stay calm. Everything's gonna be fine. I obviously privacy is very important to me, but if I am gonna help out, I do kind of need some information, like where you are and also what clan you are.
La Sombra.
Oh shit. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Is that the problem?
Nope. Not a problem. Okay. I'll be there soon. If you can just text me your address or tell it to me, and
She reads off the address because she doesn't know how to text on her phone.
okay, he writes it down. Okay. No, we don't know each other that well, but can I just ask, what's your you cool if I bring someone for him to possibly kill? Is that okay with you? Is that something you're not okay with?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great.
I want to help him.
Okay,
So.
sounds good. Okay. I'll be there soon. And he hangs up.
She takes an insanely long amount of time to get up and unlock the door before immediately returning to his side, because she doesn't actually want to answer the door when he gets there.
Okay.
She wants to just be able to yell out, "Come in!"
You sit there with Ramiro for a long time before you begin to feel him stir a little bit under your hands. And he slowly opens his eyes. And you're both still covered in blood.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's everywhere, all over the kitchen. He just looks up at you.
Sorry.
What's happened?
Sorry, it's my fault. I shouldn't have let you open the window, and I shouldn't have done this, but if I hadn't, you would have died, and I couldn't just give up a little girl.
What are you talking about?
Well, you're not going to die of your injuries?
He looks down at his arm that had been flayed up until recently, and it is 90% healed already. Okay. Okay. He sits up slowly.
How are you feeling?
I don't really know. Um I kind of thought you were lying about the whole vampire thing. So
Hoped or
maybe I
thought?
just hoped about it, but it kind of seems like it's true, maybe.
Welcome to the club.
I don't feel
So
so good.
yeah, it's been a really fucking long time since I was in your shoes, but I don't remember feeling great after either.
I feel pretty fucking hungry.
I have someone coming. He's going to bring someone for you.
Okay. He's going to I don't really know what you mean, but okay.
Well, well, you're not human anymore, so you don't eat food.
No, I did get that part. That
Yeah,
part I did understand.
bringing someone for you
Were you
to.
telling the truth about my family too then?
I was.
It's not so good news.
No, it's.
Do you think they will come to kill me now?
I'm still hoping they have no fucking clue where you are.
Yeah, I guess I hope that too.
They are, no offense, but kind are a lot easier to fool than kindred. And we covered your tracks quite well.
That's good. I It looks like you're pretty hurt too.
It'll heal in time. It's just it's fine. I'll heal.
Okay.
She's kind of like sitting there, like trying to hide it, except it's all over her arm, so she really can't.
I guess we should sell the espresso maker now.
Not if you don't want to. I've got a friend that makes tea just for the sake of making it. You don't have to sell the espresso maker just because you can't drink it. And you can drink it, you just throw it up later.
That doesn't sound super fun to me.
It's
Ever I don't feel so good.
it shouldn't be too long. I called him and he understood the urgency. Um, I wish I could do something for you now.
Do you know if I don't know if I'm very happy about this.
And I didn't expect you to be. I acted in the moment, and whatever you decide after today is your choice. I just
Well, I
wasn't
can't really
ready
decide
to.
not to be a vampire anymore, can I?
Your only real choice is to decide to continue to be this way or to meet your final death.
Did we ever talk about this before? When when I could remember things?
About what? About becoming?
Yeah. Did it ever come
No,
up?
no.
Why didn't it come up?
Because our first conversation was along the lines of, I'm a vampire and it fucking sucks.
But it kind of seems like you're a vampire that has a lot of people looking for them. You didn't think
And
maybe a situation like this would come up sometime?
And I did, but I didn't think it would get that bad that quickly.
Obviously,
And
you
I,
were
I had
very wrong about that.
I had plans to have you sent down underground with my friend where they wouldn't be able to get to you, and I did not expect him to attack you while I was there.
I don't really care about any of that. Because you didn't do it. And now I'm dead.
And
So why
that's
are you
my
telling
fault.
me about things that you didn't do?
Because I'm the one that made you dead.
I feel like maybe you should have done something before.
I had the 4 actually. I could let you die, which I couldn't do. I could let my brother turn you, which would essentially to him mean that he has complete and total control over you, which I could not do. I could turn you myself, or I could give him a little girl for no reason other than because he told me to, and I couldn't do that either.
I'm so fucking tired of your brother. I
I
I'm
was
glad
spending
that you got me
500
out
years
of
with him.
whatever shit that I was in, and I don't even remember it, but it sounds like it was bad, so thank you for that. But it kind of seems like I've been in a shithole since then.
Yes, unfortunately, that shithole tends to follow me around.
And I don't even know if you're telling me the truth about any of this, because I'm just taking your word for it that all of this is true. You could have erased my memory yourself. I don't know.
I wouldn't know how to begin with.
But see, I don't know if you're telling the truth.
What can I do to prove to you that I am?
I don't know. I don't think I even need you to prove it. I this is kind of a lot, and I feel really bad right now. I feel really fucking bad.
And once you've had something to eat, that'll get better.
I don't know. I think I need to take a walk, and
I wouldn't yet.
yeah, I don't really think I'm going to listen to your advice anymore.
Romero, whether you listen to my advice or not, that's fine. But at least listen to this. You have been turned less than an hour ago. You have had nothing to eat. If you go outside now, you will kill the first person you see.
Great. Well, I hope it's someone that's done something shitty today. And also, you don't know that.
I do, because I did it.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago, and you and I are very different because I wouldn't have, let any of this happen. So, I'm going
Do you
to take
think
a walk.
you think it was my choice to kill my parents?
I think that, I don't know. I really don't know, and to be honest, I don't know how much I care right now.
Fine, whatever, get out. Just shut up and get out. She's got like tears running down her face at this point.
Look, I want to believe that we are best friends and we saved each other but I feel like I just met you 3 days ago and you killed me. What do I do with that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Look, I promise I'll come back. I don't know anybody else, so I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Do you want me to leave?
No, you don't have to leave. I will leave.
I can find a new place to live.
No, it's fine. Can you just let me be angry?
Be as angry as you want. I do what I can to prevent it because I've spent so many fucking years just being angry.
Look, you can't stop anybody else from being angry. It's not possible. So you just gotta learn how to deal with it. I'm gonna be angry at you. You killed me, so you're also the only person I know at the moment. So chances are I'm going to go outside and I'm going to scream into an alleyway for a while and maybe punch a brick wall. I'm kind of feeling like that would feel good right now. Like you said, I
Yeah,
might kill someone. I don't know. And
I
then I'll
felt
come back.
punching brick walls feel good sometimes.
It seems like that's the thing to do.
All right. I'll be here, and when you get back, I can answer whatever questions you have, if you have any.
Oh, I got a lot of questions, but I really...
Or I can just sit here and let you yell at me for a bit.
Great. Well,
Whatever
we'll do both
helps.
of those things. Okay.
Okay.
It seems like he didn't mean to do it. So I'll try not to be as angry as I feel. But I do need to go.
Before you do, if you see, I think the popular term is dude bro coming down with another person, the second person is for you.
That's good to know. Okay. I thank you for... I'll see you in a little while, okay? And he leaves.
She just keeps sitting there.
She just keeps sitting there. Will, you're in the lab in Grace's office. She's just left.
Yeah.
Now what?
He will, I think he'll sit down in the chair and, he'll just, like, scream fuck really, really loud.
Does it make him feel any better?
No. I mean, a little bit, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll, look around in her office. I think he'll go to the door and he'll open it and see if he can see her.
It's locked.
Did you fucking lock me in here? The fuck? And he'll text her, signal her. Did you fucking lock me in your office?
She doesn't answer.
You said that there's like a curtain?
Yeah, like a big ornate curtain behind her desk.
He's gonna peek behind the curtain and see if there's anything behind it.
There's a door behind the curtain.
Of course there is. Is that door locked?
It is locked. There are a few locking mechanisms.
Is that something I could pick?
It's a keypad. And what looks like maybe a fingerprint scanner.
I mean, I've got her fingerprints on me from last night. Can I like put my neck to the thing? Just kidding.
I don't think that's how fingerprints work. You don't know exactly what it is. If you want to try to figure out exactly what it is, you can give me an intelligence and technology roll.
No, I mean, I guess I could try. Intelligence. You said technology?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can he look around on her desk? Is there anything on her desk that would be of interest to him?
No, there's not really that much. There's like her computer, her keyboard, a planner, but there's not really anything written in the planner, and like a journal. But you've already read this edition.
Are there any drawers to look through?
No. It's like glass, very sleek desk.
Of course it is. Damn it, Grace.
She has like a little mug with pens on it in it.
He's gonna knock on the door. Just bang on the door. Grace?
No answer.
He's gonna bang on it again.
You get a signal message. It says,
He reads it.
I'm trying to help.
Help how? This is helping? Question mark. He calls her.
She answers. William.
Did you really lock me in here?
No.
Then why can't I get out of here? Why are the doors locked?
They're not locked.
What are you talking about? I tried to open the door to see where you went, and I can't open it. That sounds like it's locked to me, Grace.
I am talking to you from not my office, as I'm sure you are aware. And we do have a very high-tech security system at RN Labs.
So I
You
just
can-
have to what?
You
Hang
can't-
tight in here? What am I, a little lab rat? You just gonna watch me scurry around in here?
I'm not watching you.
Who
Nobody's
is?
watching you. Nobody is
What the
watching
fuck?
you. Will,
What the fuck is going on, Grace? Why the fuck am I trapped in here?
I really... Will, I'm trying to be a good person.
What does that mean, Grace? This is not helping me right now. Tell me how you're helping me. You're saying you're helping me. How? Because it doesn't really make any sense. It feels like you're kind of fucking me over right now is what it kind of feels like.
Feels like you're not listening when I talk to you.
So
I've tried
explain
to get better
it.
at poems and metaphors and things like that.
Poems and metaphors. Should I read some poetry in here? Is that what you're saying?
William, I take my contracts very seriously. Cannot violate my non-disclosure agreements.
Of course.
I can't actively tell anyone about the projects that I'm working on that are protected or show them any research.
So no one can hear me right now, right?
Right.
There's a door back here. Behind the curtain. How do I get in there, Grace? Can I get in there? Can you answer me that?
Yes.
You can't help me, right? But I can get in there?
Right.
So you're trying to help me?
I'm trying really hard, William. I'm really pushing what is possible. I haven't pushed them.
Thank you.
She hangs up.
He's gonna look for poetry.
There's no poetry.
There's no poetry.
Do you want me to go to someone else for a few minutes?
Yeah. Can
Okay.
you repeat one more time what she said again?
No. But if you, because I just don't remember.
Oh, okay. Or at least what's around?
There's a desk.
There's a
It is
desk.
glass. It has no drawers.
Yep,
There's
that
a
I know.
computer, a planner that is not useful, a journal that is also not useful, a mug with pens. Katie. And mango. And there's 2 chairs with nothing on them. They're
Can
just
he sit
chairs.
down and can he log onto the computer?
No. There is a door with a number pad and what appears to be a biometric scanning device locking the door. Those 2 items locking the door. You can do this. You can do it. I believe in you.
So wait, he scans his own finger or his own eyeball.
It's not an eyeball. Do you want to
Okay.
do a technology check to see if I can give you some fucking information about this?
Yes.
Great. Please. Please do it. I did not think this was going to be hard.
You picked the wrong player to give a puzzle to. Oh god. Ooh, 2.
In Kate's defense, I don't think Will was necessarily in a mental space to really absorb clues earlier on in the evening.
So 2.
I
4,
honestly didn't even
5.
think this was a puzzle.
5. 5.
That's so many. Okay. So you recognize the biometric scanning device because there's one
Okay.
in the cafeteria at the Camarilla headquarters, which you've been to before. And you know that this kind of device does not scan a fingerprint. What it does is it scans vitae,
What's that?
vampire blood.
She cried on me. He smears her blood onto the bio thing.
Great. It lights up green.
He goes in there.
There are 2 locks on the door.
Oh.
There are 2 locks. There is a biometric scanning device and a keypad with numbers on it.
He puts in their anniversary date.
Great!
But what is the anniversary date?
Yeah, what is it?
September 7th,
What's the year?
1945.
Great. Good job. Great. Okay. We're gonna have to take a break from this because I cannot let you in that hallway in the state that I currently am in.
I'm sorry.
It's
Because
totally fair. This has been totally ridiculous. We're all sitting here like, come on, Kate, this is so easy.
Hey, I'm
Yelling at
fucking devastated over here, okay?
it's
I'm
understandable.
devastated.
Hey, so
I'm
am
not
I. And I figured it out, so.
wait, Tara, were you gonna roast Kate?
Oh, I've been roasting Kate.
What did you say? You
I
said
was
Will.
whispering to my phone, like, come on, Kate. Come on, Kate. Like, you got all the clues you need.
Oh fuck. Okay. Taking
So
a break.
William is smarter than Kate.
Remember how you boosted intelligence for Will?
I did, but that didn't boost Kate's intelligence. I've been working in neurology and scheduling for too long. My brain cells are gone.
Okay. So down below the city, far below RN Labs, Agnes, you just watched Jacob find his way out of the warren. You know, he's safely past the perimeter.
Yep. She will quickly go to that guard, to Cosmo. I don't wherever he's normally stationed, I guess. 'Cause I
Yeah,
don't.
he's in the control room.
Okay. She'll go there. See what's up.
We found someone in the memory gate, but they're human. Figured you want to go to
Yes.
check it out.
Definitely. Yes, please. Take me there.
He begins to walk you through some hallways out towards the outskirts of the warren. And
Along the walk, she just asks, like, has Roman also been alerted?
yes, yeah, Roman, we told Roman too, but he's tied up and asked if you could
Okay.
deal with it. It's not a risk factor.
I just wanted to make sure.
Just didn't want to. This happens sometimes. It's like kind of,
Okay. Any idea? Have you seen the person yourself?
No, I haven't been down there yet. We don't have video, just the sorcery kind of check in stuff. So,
Mhm.
and video doesn't work that well for some people. So,
Mm-hmm. All right. She'll be quiet on the rest of the walk.
you walk down a hallway. Cosmo scans you through a few doors, and you get to an area that's not populated, but is still technically part of the warren. And you see the edges of the warren, the barrier. You're familiar with the hallway glows a little bit. There's no lighting down here. The fluorescents are turned off, but you get the glow of the gate a little bit as you approach, and kind of can see some projections and that kind of thing happening. And as you look and get closer, you have to get pretty close to be able to see inside. And as you look inside, you see kind of kneeling on the ground, like on all fours, is a young girl.
A young girl.
That you recognize. It's on.
On. Stop. How do I know how to? How do
Yeah,
I
you
stop
just have
this?
to reach through and grab her. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's like it's a
I've-
non.
Okay. Then yeah, Agnes just immediately reaches in and she peeks in. It's like, oh dear, and then just grabs her.
Okay. Um, you pull on out of the gate, and are you masked?
No.
Okay.
Wait. No, she was
You were
masked
masked with
with
Jacob, so it
Jacob,
depends on
but
if you.
she dropped it after he left
Okay.
because why would she keep it up? So she's not.
Okay. You pull on from the gate, and she drops, on the outside of it, and kind of is breathing very heavily. You can smell a little, not an overwhelming scent, but you get the very clear scent of blood. So I do. Wait. What hunger are you at right now?
That's a good question. 2.
Okay, you're fine. But you smell the scent of blood. And she's kind of leaning down, dry heaving a little bit, breathing heavily.
Oh, Agnes rubs her back. She's like, "On what? Are you okay?"
Agnes,
Oh,
she looks
I'm
up at
so
you.
sorry. Agnes will put the mask up really quickly, kind of just now registering that
Okay, give me a rouse check for it.
I failed.
3. You're at hunger 3.
Yep,
Still don't have to make a frenzy check though. Lucky for you.
good, good, good.
Her Brandon will kill you.
I'd be so upset.
She sits down, and you notice that her knees, her jeans are ripped and her knees are bloody, and her hands are a little bit too. Nothing like serious, just
What has happened to you? What are you doing here? What?
I
Agnes is kind of fussing over her and trying to make sure she's not hurt badly.
I followed you and my dad.
Why? Where's your guard?
He's fine. He's on the subway. He'll is my dad here?
He just left.
Okay. Do you live
Why
here?
did you follow? I do. Yes. Why did you follow us?
I wanted to see where you were going. And I don't know.
Well, that was very dangerous of you. Bit reckless.
Yeah.
I do understand the desire, though. Come on, let's get you cleaned up. I'm sorry you got caught in that.
Oh, it's kind of weird.
Part of our security.
Yeah. I jumping off the train was hard.
Yeah,
I fell.
it is. That's okay. We'll clean you up. Are you hurt?
I don't think so.
All right. You feel okay? You can walk fine.
Yeah, she gets up. Yeah, I can walk fine.
And your guard, he had no idea you jumped off.
No, no. He's asleep.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I don't really want to. Because I feel like you're going to be mad at me.
I don't think I will be.
Are you going to tell my dad?
Do you not want me to?
I think he will definitely be mad at me.
Well, I will. I may not tell him.
Okay. Which one is your real face?
Not this one.
Why do you wear that one?
I wear it for other people.
You don't have to wear it for me.
All right. She'll drop the mask.
Do all Nosferatu have scars like that?
Not all. A decent amount. The disfiguration is different for everyone.
Mm. Is it okay that I'm bleeding right now?
We should probably get you to stop bleeding.
Yeah. Is Agnes walking her right now, or are you still standing by the barrier?
I think Agnes is walking her.
Okay.
And she'll walk her to the bath hall,
Okay.
so that she can like wash her hands and stuff. And I think before they walk and get into anything that's not like a hallway, though, Agnes just say, "Well, we're going to go further into this place, just to prepare you. It is very large and full of individuals like me.
Okay.
Stay with me at all times."
Okay.
This is called the Warren. It's my home. Many other Nosferatus as well.
I've never heard of it.
I know. This isn't a thing that many people know.
My dad knows.
Yes, your dad is one of the few chosen people that doesn't live here that knows about it. How so are you?
That's cool.
She kind of falls silent a little bit as they keep walking. And she she pulls her like into her side as they, you know, get to where they can potentially run into others and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she like wiped off her hands a bit before they leave the hallway too. Is she bleeding? She's not bleeding badly,
No,
right?
she just has like scraped knees and hands.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
typical rambunctious tween injuries.
Okay.
Not that that means anything to Agnes.
Yeah. All right. And you're sure it doesn't hurt to walk?
I'm fine. I just
Really?
need
I
some.
mean, your knee is
It's okay. I just need some band-aids. I mean, I
some
should probably
band-aid.
wash it off with like soap and water too, but
Okay. Well, we do have soap and water, and I imagine we have band-aids.
okay.
Okay. Oh, so they'll get to the the ghouls' quarters, um, and Agnes will help her get cleaned up in the bathroom. She'll search like the kitchen cabinets, maybe for like a first aid kit. I don't know where they
There's
would
one.
keep it.
It's very easy to find.
'Kay.
It's very like, they have like the AED box and like the choking sign and first aid kit,
Yeah.
employees' rights kind of thing.
Okay. So Agnes will attempt to aid on in this, but like she's not as helpful as she can be because she doesn't really know like.
On just kind of like brushes you off. It's okay. I can do it. This part's actually really easy. Thanks for getting the band-aids for me.
Oh, of course. Are you sure there's nothing I can do?
No, it's fine. She's like taped herself up. I'm all good.
Oh, well that was quick. Do you? I mean, since you're here, you came all this way, jumped off a train. Do you want to look around some?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. She'll kind of wave her over towards her and walk out. She she's not gonna take her through like a tour like she did with Jacob. Um, but I will say they probably go through like whatever the path they need to take to get from here to Agnes's haven.
Okay. You probably pass like various libraries and workshops and stuff. Nothing
Okay.
big.
She'll show her all the stuff that they pass and stuff and talk about it and stuff. But she's not like she doesn't want to like linger with her in bigger areas yet, at least,
Okay.
because she's like kind of just still shocked that she's here.
Yeah. You make it back to Agnes's haven. Agnes and Rogan's
This
apartment.
this is my home, and she types in the passcode and opens the door to let her in.
It's very lovely.
Where me and my husband live. Oh, and she'll go in and
Can I meet
close the
your
door
husband?
behind. Of course, you can meet my kids too if you'd like.
You have kids?
I do. It's not like it's not like you and your father. It's individuals I've embraced, but they're family.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I didn't really have anything.
What was my dad doing down here?
Well, Can I ask you something first?
Yeah.
What has your dad told you about what's going on now?
What do you mean?
Just wondering what all you know.
I probably know the same stuff you know.
Oh, I would imagine so. But why don't we just clarify?
I know that there was an opportunity presented to him for me to be embraced, and that now he's in charge of the East Village, which is why we moved. And the person that was in charge before disappeared.
All right. Your dad and I are working on something together, something that's very secret and very serious. And it does involve you.
It involves me.
Yes.
As a kindred or as a person?
As a person. As you.
Okay.
I don't want to freak you out, but there are a lot of things currently happening, and your safety is a question. But your father knows that you will be safe here, and that I will do everything I can to keep you safe.
How would he know that I would be safe here? He doesn't even know that I followed you guys.
Well, we have talked about you staying here.
Okay.
So that you can, so we can keep you safe. So he and I actually were discussing that. I wanted to give him a tour of the Warren so he could be comfortable and assured that you are well taken care of.
What are you keeping me safe from?
There's a lot to keep you safe from. The Camarilla, for one.
Why would I need to be safe from the Camarilla? Aren't you part of the Camarilla?
No. I appear to be. I I'm sorry. I'm sure that must have been. I'm sure that's frightening to hear. I don't think that was the best thing to say.
Does my dad know you're not part of the Camarilla?
Yes, he does. He also knows that the Camarilla is currently a danger, which is why he's choosing to work with me.
I just feel like
I'm
I would be so much safer if I could just be embraced now. I'd be stronger and
and then you would be 13 for all of eternity.
you look pretty young.
I'm not 13.
I could change my face like you.
you'd still be stuck. You're so young. You shouldn't have to worry about keeping yourself safe. I mean, you should be prepared, you know? You should know some self-defense, of course, but it's the people who care for you. That's their job, is keeping you safe. Your job is to be a kid, to grow up.
I thought my
You
job was
shouldn't.
to grow up so I could be part of the Camarilla.
I think that's what they wanted it to be, but it shouldn't be. I mean, if that's what you want, you know, to grow up and be Camarilla, that's fine, but you should have options. And most importantly, you should have, you know, the opportunity to grow up.
I don't know.
That's okay.
It feels like I haven't gotten to grow up. So, like, I should just be able to do what I want now.
I you should be able to do, you know, some of the things you want in reason. But some things are just so, they're just so big, you know? You should really, really think about them. Because what you want now might not be what you want in a year, in a week.
I have thought about it. And I don't. I mean, there's not an option where I don't get embraced. Am I going to get old and then my dad's not going to get old? I mean, I can always change my career later.
Of course. But also just think about all the opportunities you would have if you know, looked like an adult versus not.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to go out into the world and do whatever you want when you are grown. 50 years from now, if you still look the way you do now, everyone's just going to treat you like a child.
I'm just bored.
Well, a change of scenery could help that.
Traveling's too dangerous.
I wasn't talking about traveling. She kind of gestures around. You could stay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already planning on you staying. I like this way a lot better.
What do you mean this way?
I think it's better that you kind of just walked in here yourself versus us. Oh, your dad asked to kidnap you. Been trying to figure out the best way to do that. And then you just walked in, so
Was he gonna tell me that?
honestly, I'm not sure.
Are you gonna tell him that I'm here?
Yes. Otherwise, he'll assume the worst. You're upset?
Yeah.
Go on. Why?
Because I thought that I was doing something on my own for once.
Well,
And
your
now I've
dad wanted
ended
to
up
wait.
exactly where he wants me. Again.
Well, I'm being honest, I really don't think your dad would be happy that you're already here, that I didn't take you home. So I think we're definitely doing something he doesn't want,
Okay.
which I probably should have just taken you home just to keep him happy. Especially because we did just talk about kidnapping you and the timeline, and this is a lot faster.
Well, I want to stay.
You want to stay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Do you, we do have a room for you and stuff. It's not ready. We don't really have much for you. We're working on acquiring it, but we do have at least all of the basic necessities. I
Okay.
would love though for you to make a list of things that you want. What do you do for fun? Can get you some of that.
I don't know.
That's okay. You've got plenty of time to tell us what you want.
Um, you should probably destroy my cell phone.
Yes. Please.
It's not traceable, but I have a feeling my dad will get through that and probably, a few minutes after he gets home. So she pulls out her cell phone and hands it to you.
Thank you. I will get my son to handle this stuff.
And you
He's really.
can just break it.
Do you want to break it? I feel like that might be fun for you.
Yeah.
And why don't you throw it at the wall or something? Stone.
Okay. She takes the phone and takes the case off of it, puts it in her pocket, and lobs it at the exposed stone wall in Agnes's apartment. And it shatters.
Good job.
Cool.
Does that feel nice?
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, there will be rules with you staying here because this is a primarily kindred, specifically Nosferatu City.
Okay.
So it everyone here is good, but there's always anything could happen. So don't go anywhere without an escort. All right?
Okay.
No contact with anything outside. Your dad can come and visit and stuff, but no. I know most of your friends are ghouls, so I guess that should be fine.
Yeah.
You can't leave, but this is also a city, so there's things to do here.
Would I have been allowed to
Hopefully
leave
that
if I said that I wanted to leave?
I I would have just had to I would have tried to persuade you to stay, but we would have had to come to the conclusion that eventually you would have to come and stay.
Okay.
You can leave eventually when things are safe, but
That's
I just
fine.
want you to know that.
I've had rules
Okay.
like that before. It's okay.
All right. I don't like having to make those rules to limit your freedom, but your safety is more important.
Okay.
Okay? Do you Are you okay?
Um, yeah. I think this is kind of weird.
It it's very
And
weird.
I
It's
need
weird for
to
me.
kind of process all of this. Um,
Can I help in any way?
maybe at some point.
Okay. Well, let's let's commence our tour a bit. Um, this is my haven. You're welcome here anytime. I'll give you the passcode to the door. I would appreciate it if you don't share that with anyone
Okay.
at all, your father included. Thank you. Across the hall, and she is gonna lead her out. Um, and the door disappears after they walk far enough away.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she'll take her to the apartment that is in the process of being prepared for her. Um, this is going to be where you stay. Um, you you won't be alone. We have gotten uh a someone to help care for you, a human, a nanny,
Okay.
or and she will type in the code for that door and tell it to her as well, um, to let her in.
We'll pause the tour for a moment,
Okay.
and go to Jacob, who has made it home. Right.
Yeah.
Jacob, when you get home, Prawn is there waiting at the door for you, as he is usually. And lets you in. Good evening.
Hey, Prawn. And
Jacob, where
Jacob
is
is
you're alone?
Yes.
Where is Octavian and On? Are they following behind?
I sent Octavian here with On 2 hours ago.
He pulls out his phone and starts to type and go through some emergency procedures. I
Can get it.
I will begin. And he nervously runs away. And you hear him on the phone starting to talk to the various other guards and things that are in place.
Jacob is going to go down to like the lobby where there's like the door person who's a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Say this is Mal. Mal, have you seen Octavian recently?
He left with you?
And he hasn't been back yet?
No, he hasn't. What's going on? Do you need me to...
And Jacob is going to take a breath in, even though it doesn't do anything. It feels good. Relaxes the body, just the act of it. And is going to then grab Mal by the throat and smash him into the wall and get really close to his ear. My daughter is missing. And I need you and the rest of the guards to go and find her. Can you do that for me, Mal?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And please, find Mal as well. Or Octavian as well.
Yes. Of course.
Thank you. And sorry, I hope I wasn't too aggressive there.
No, you're fine. You're fine, sir. You're fine.
Good, good. And then he's going to smash him against the wall again. Because I can be more aggressive if that will help.
We're good. We're on it. We're on it.
Thank you. And releases him and throws him again away from the wall.
He leaves, grabs the firearms that are under his desk, puts them in the holsters, and leaves to go grab the other, to where the guard station is at the back of this lobby.
Jacob is going to go back up to the apartment room where Pran is to see if there's an update.
Sir, we're working on it right now. It seems like Octavian's phone is in Coney Island. We're tracking it and looking for. We've sent a car, obviously.
Coney Island?
Yes, sir.
What would he be doing in Coney Island?
I don't know, sir.
And then Jacob's just gonna yell, "Fuck!" And he's gonna smash he has like one of his beautiful modernist paintings right there, and he's gonna punch his hand right through it and just rip it apart and throw it on the ground. And in the process of doing so, is gonna just knock over a photo of him and On that will hit the ground and shatter.
We should have contact with the people on the ground in Coney Island in a few moments.
Okay, sorry to lose my patience, Pran.
That's all right.
I appreciate everything you're doing.
Of course, sir. Perhaps this is. I'm deeply apologetic, sir, of this situation, and also
Yep.
there is someone here to see you. I would call them away, but I don't think either of us has the political weight to do so.
All right, where is she?
It is not a she, sir.
Well, then who is it?
It is one of the Justicars.
Ah. Sure. Yeah. That's what I meant. The Justicar. Where are they?
They're in your office.
Okay.
I will keep you updated, of course, when we hear about on.
And Jacob just like nods and walks with determination
Great.
to the office.
Please roll a wits and politics for me.
Two passes.
2 passes. So the Justicars are the highest level of Camarilla leadership. They are the only people that can overrule princely declarations. So they don't have domains of their own. They sort of act. There's one of the southeast kind of, but they also have jurisdiction in any Camarilla city that they work in or that exists. Any Justicar can come in and have jurisdiction. There's very few of them. They're very rarely seen. They usually send minions, archons, to do their bidding, but they do come when there are big political disputes, things like that. And that's all information that Jacob would know. You probably don't know. You've certainly never met a Justicar. And, knowing how many there are and what their names are, that's not really something that's done.
Okay.
Your office door is closed.
So Jacob, as he gets to the door, as he was walking with determination in his step, but he kind of hesitates, and looks around the room, kind of scattered. Opens the door.
You open the door. Are there multiple seats in Jacob's office, or would this person have to just sit at your desk, like at your chair?
There's a seat to the side. Not very comfortable, but some cushion to it where On will sit sometimes.
Okay. You enter your office. Lights are on. And you see sitting in your desk chair is a youngish, not, like maybe 20s, 30s man in a very finely pressed all black suit, blonde, sitting in the chair eyeing you. Please take a seat.
To what do I owe the honor?
What do you think, Jacob Rivkin?
either somebody higher up is starting to give a damn about the initiatives that I've been putting forth, or the scene that I was a part of last night.
Scene you were a part of last night. Certainly you did more than one thing last night. What did you do?
At Elysium.
Your diablerie.
Yeah.
Why would that
Yes.
be an issue? That was
Oh.
sanctioned. You did a great service to the Camarilla, it appears.
It's hard to tell. You never know who might be connected to who and whatnot. And I know Antoinette did not have many fans, but anyhow, that's my line of speculation.
Seems like your household is in disarray.
And Jacob like clenches his fist. Is like holding both of his hands together and is just like clenching his fist in one and the other. And yeah.
Care to share?
Do you have something to do with this?
I don't know the thing to which you are referring, so would be hard for me to say.
To my with my daughter disappearing?
How unfortunate. Jacob, it seems that you're a little unhappy with the Camarilla right now. I understand that. Things could be better. Things could be improved. But I will warn you. There's a reason things are the way they are. Many of us have lived for a long time and tried various ways to run governments, run kindred. This one is the one that works the best. When people get new ideas, they work for a little while, and then they fail spectacularly. Are you loyal to the Camarilla?
The Camarilla? Yes.
What's your exception to that?
To those in it that can't see past their own self-interest. No.
That's fine by me. Jacob, this life is full of hard lessons. And many of them we can't teach you. We can't learn them for you. Working against the Camarilla rarely goes well.
I understand. Which is why I just need to confirm. Are you involved with the disappearance of my daughter?
We are not.
Insight check.
Give me a intelligence and wits and insight.
4.
4. There's more to his story.
Well, with all due respect, I don't think you turned up here just to turn up the heat on a somewhat disgruntled but loyal member of the Camarilla.
Why do you think I turned up here?
I was hoping you'd explain.
Jacob, siding with the Nosferatu is a bad idea. And we can't, since we don't know about their city or their ideas, we can't help you get your daughter back.
Back from
Down below. I know you think you planned it with them. But I wouldn't be so sure. They know about On's status. And they know that were On to be embraced by the Camarilla, they would stand no chance against us. It's in their best interest to eliminate her.
Jacob is still just hands clenched, looking off into a corner of the room. So can you help me get her back?
No. We can't be involved. Well, perhaps we could. Maybe there might be some resources that could be spared. We don't have, I know you understand this, Jacob, we don't have the time for we don't have time for multiple attempts at this, you understand? Or some kind of drawn out battle. So if we're going to help you, it needs to be swift and effective, all encompassing.
Understood.
It is not really my place to be doing this. But I have a soft spot. And I think your innovations are what we need. I would hate for us to lose you over this. But I cannot be involved. You understand?
And he just stares into a corner.
I believe you'll figure this out. And you know the family is behind you.
So what resources are you talking about?
I don't know New York very intimately. This is something you'll have to explore on your own.
And once she's back,
Once she's back.
is there anything that the Camarilla would require?
Nothing outside of what we already have planned. She will be embraced when she reaches adulthood.
Well,
I'll leave you.
what else? How else can I be of service to you?
I'd need absolutely nothing from you, Jacob Rivkin. I'll go. Good luck with all of this. Pleasure to meet you. Say hello to your coterie for me. Perhaps someday I'll meet them as well. William, Ever, Agnes.
Yeah. I think that'd be interesting.
He gets up and goes to the door. Be careful who you trust, Jacob. And leaves.
Does the Justicar step on the broken glass of the picture frame, or do they
Oh, yeah.
step around it
Steps on it.
on
For
the way
sure.
out?
Mm-hmm. Crushing it over his red-bottomed and very glossy shoe. Cool. Will has just opened a door.
So simple.
So simple. And you go through, and there is a long hallway. You can see kind of towards the end of the hallway, there are some cells or like rooms with glass walls. So like as you're walking down the hallway, there are various rooms that you can see fully into on both sides. There are a mix of things in these cells. There are a lot of beds, a bed in almost every one of them, every one that has a person in it. And you could see in some of them, people are sleeping. Some of them, they're pacing. There are monitors, computers on the outside of each of these rooms. They appear to be locked. They have, a lock screen on them. It's probably where the charts are. There's something paper. No one really regards you as you walk through the hallway. You see, as you pause to look inside one of the rooms, there is Everything is destroyed. The bed is turned on its side. There are huge, like, gashes in the wall. There are cracks in the floor, the tile floor. It looks like someone has, like, almost like dropped something very heavy in it. Ripped up pieces of fabric. There's blood. You see someone curled up, sleeping in a corner. They look maybe 20. You turn down the next hallway. Similar looking rooms. These don't have glass walls though. They're metal. There's a single glass window in the door, and it has the chain link, the mesh inside of it, so you can't punch through it. And as you look in those, you see these cells have multiple people in them. Usually at least one of them is chained to the wall. As you walk down this hallway, you see at the end of the hallway there's a big records room almost. Looks like there's not any subjects there. It's just people and there's not any people in that one. There's just file cabinets, some tables in the middle with documents on them, computers. You can see that at the end of the hall. As you walk down this hall, you look in another one of these rooms with the metal walls and the metal door and the small mirror or the small window. And you don't see a person in this one. You see a hulking mass of fur. You can see that it's alive. You can see that it's breathing. It's huge. Easily grizzly bear size. Easily. This room also is pretty torn up. You can see there's some dents in the metal door. Records room is at the end of the hall.
He'll go to the records room.
There's a table that's a little more cluttered than the others, with a computer that's open, and various folders and studies, some notebooks, a few blood samples, looks like blood for sure, in small glass vials that are labeled with numbers in some kind of like coding system.
Is there anything that he can read about the samples nearby?
You pick up the samples, and as you look at the labels, You see on the back they have various clan names on them. You pick up one that says Malkavian. There's another that says Nosferatu. It's a gangrel.
Sorry. Of course, now he had all this time to bark at everything. Can he get onto the computer?
Mm-hmm. It's not locked.
What files are or menus are on the computer that he can see?
You can see that there are various folders with clan names on them. And if you click in, there's patient files in each of them. They're big though. They're full, quite full of information, videos, photos, notes.
Is there anything with like Guru in there?
Yeah, that's all over this.
Can I look for Jacob's wife's name?
Yeah. Give me intelligence and investigation.
Two.
You don't find
passes.
her name.
What about On's name?
You see a folder on the desk that has On's name on it.
Open it up.
There are a lot of notes about her health. Looks like there's a report from every year since she's been born. Quite in depth about her health, her intellectual development, social development, exposure to vampires. Like there's, qualitative notes about how many people she interacts with, that kind of thing.
Can I take pictures of the file?
Mm-hmm.
I want to take pictures of them.
Okay.
What about what about the guy who had his camera, that patient? Can I find him in the files?
You can look his name up too, if you want to roll again.
Of course, now I roll well. 4 successes.
You don't find his name at all. You find you probably saw maybe 17, 18 different rooms as you were walking down here. And this computer has a lot of files in it. There's a lot of patients.
The werewolf looking hulking one.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any identifying information that I could use to look that one up in the
Yeah,
computer?
there was a name on the outside. David, and you can look that up in the file.
Okay. Do I
You
have to
don't need to roll
again?
for it.
Yeah. So
You find information about David Can, and he was born Geru, manifested. He was 14. He is part of the Bone Nasher clan, is the way they've categorized it in these notes. And the notes are pretty recent in this file. It seems like a few days ago he was given Malkavian blood and embraced. He's being closely monitored.
and what does it say about him? Like after that, is he?
That happened a few days ago. He's lost speech and the ability to regulate his transformation. Though he is still able to communicate with the other Geru in their transformed state.
Okay. Um. Does he? Is there any notes on him
Mm-mm.
in the files? Okay. What about Jacob? Oh, about anybody in the coterie? Is there any? There's no. Okay, so it's
Jacob's
just
name is in On's file as her father, but that's it.
That's it. Okay. Um. The other patient that's cell was super torn up. He wants to look that one up.
You look that one up as well. They are 24. Manifested when they were 16. They've been embraced based on the notes in this file by a Ventru 7 days ago. They have also lost speech. They have lost the ability to transform into their werewolf self, unlike the other one. And they have begun to reject all food and water.
Damn. Are there any? So all the ones that are in this room are all of Guru descent.
Yeah.
And as he looks through, like, what findings does he find as far as
It seems like
are,
they're making some progress in understanding which clan has what effect on the embrace for Geru. And there are a few success stories. You see one or two files of patients that have not had any adverse effects to the embrace. However, they have also perished.
and how did they die?
Of their own accord.
Was there any notes on like things that they communicated before they did that?
Nope.
Um, the ones in the first hallway, were those also Guru?
Yep.
And those are included in the patterns and summaries. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and their ages when they returned, were they? What was the patterns for that?
There's a large difference. There were some that were embraced, like the two you read about, early 20s, some much older. The youngest that you could find was 16.
Okay. And the combinations of success stories, what clans were they?
You found success stories from Gangrel and Nosferatu.
So then the ones that regressed were from all the other clans?
Right.
And how long did it take for them to end their own lives when they were a success story?
2 to 3 months.
Is there any notes on like their powers in
Nope.
that time?
There's not.
Um, um, does anything else catch his eye while he's in there?
You've taken photos of all of the files in On's folder.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else sticks out.
Are there any notes that are specifically signed by Grace?
They're all signed by Grace.
All of them. Shit. Is there anything in On's file that talks about like future plans for her?
There's a like note that has the current timeline, which you can see has her being embraced at 21.
Okay. I can't think of anything else. I would like to phone my friend Agnes. Can I do that from in here?
Yeah.
Can I signal Agnes?
Yeah, you can signal Agnes. Yeah, well, like, yeah, you can signal Agnes. Agnes,
So
you do notice that you have quite a few missed calls from Ever when you do notice your phone ringing and Will calling you.
Okay. So where is Agnes at this point? Is she like
She's either in On's apartment or back in hers.
okay? I think she's in Ons, has already made the introduction between her and Amy.
Okay.
That way she can comfortably leave the room.
Okay.
And And so she'll excuse herself and go to her haven to answer the phone and talk to Will. Well, and before she answers though, she does look very alarmed at the number of missed calls from Ever, um, and is kind of thinking that this probably correlates, you know. So she answers, "Will, is everything
Agnes.
all right?"
Uh, okay, I don't know how much time I have. Long story short, I'm in RN labs, and I found Grace. Let me in the study. They're studying Guru, and
Oh,
there's a file here on, and there's a bunch of experiments. They've been studying them. What happens? I've looked up a lot about what they're doing, but is there anything that you want to know while I'm in here?
I honestly, I want to know everything.
Well, I can't bring you
I
everything, Agnes.
I know. Take pictures of as much as you can.
Well, I got pictures of all of On's stuff, but there's thousands of files in here. There's so many patients. The plan in here says that she's supposed to be embraced at 21, so somebody moved it up, but I don't know who.
Well, hopefully it was Antoinette, and that's handled now. Does it say anything of what their intentions with her are? Though I
No,
suppose that's not really Grace's, yeah, purview.
yeah, no. I
How
mean, there's
how many?
how many are there that are currently being studied? Like
17 or 18 that are currently being studied.
7. There's 17 people, former people in here.
Former people. What's their state?
They're in various forms. There's some. The one's like a freaking massive wolf thing. Things all
So,
torn up. A lot of them are losing their speech. Can't communicate. There's success stories, and they haven't had adverse effects, but they've all killed themselves. So I don't see how that's a success.
wow.
I
Certainly
mean,
is not.
it's all filed in here under patient names and stuff. Is there anything that I should look for while I'm in this computer system? I will say that the ones who are success stories are Nosferatu and Gangrel.
I imagine the Kimmerl is not very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not.
How close have they gotten to being successful with any of the higher clans?
Well, they've only survived 2 to 3 months past being embraced before they take their own lives. There's nothing on here on why they do it.
Nothing about their behaviors.
Is there anything about their behaviors?
Just their loss of function.
Even though they're a success, they don't function.
Oh, on the success stories, there's not really anything about their behavior.
Yeah, no, nothing about that. It's weird. It's their success, but yet all they notate is that they took their own life, and that's it.
Are there any videos of the successes?
Ooh, are there videos?
Yeah.
Maybe that
Can
would
I?
tell us what they are like.
Yeah, he'll pull some up and look at them.
You watch one. It's a seems to be someone going in and doing an evaluation with one of the patients. They're aggressive, but not in any way that looks abnormal. Very mouthy and generally telling off the people that are doing evaluations on them. But other than that, hard to say.
Is there anything else?
Are so you said that there's some there that have been embraced. Are there any that hasn't? Anyone that you could speak to?
I mean, I could try. None of them really paid any attention to me when I was walking through the halls.
Well,
But I could try to get somebody's attention.
I
Maybe.
mean, it's up to you. I'm not. I wish I was there. That
Yeah, me too. My brain's kind of not working right now. It's a long story. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's been an evening for sure.
Yes, it has. Just take as many pictures of all the files that you can. I want to look at them. Don't put yourself in any danger to do this, though. It's fine.
I'll do what I can. Okay. So based on the files, are there any of them that can talk still?
There's a few that haven't been embraced.
So he's gonna go up to one of them and try to see if he can talk to him.
It's all people that are in the fully glass walled rooms.
Oh, okay. So they can't hear him.
They can't hear him. They can see him.
I think he'll like try to like he'll knock on it and like try to like make contact, like eye contact.
The young woman in the bed kind of rolls over. She was staring at the wall. Now she's staring at you and watches you knock.
And he like waves.
And she
Uh-huh.
flips you off.
He just kind of like puts his hand on the glass. And he tries again with somebody else that's can talk.
You go to another cell. Same routine. This person's sitting on the floor and looks up when they hear you knock on the glass.
And he like waves again, puts his hand on the glass.
The person gets up and walks really slowly towards the glass. And like they look very frightened. And so they're, kind of like tiptoeing towards you, observing your movements as they move towards you, and hold up a hand to like meet you on the glass.
Yeah.
And then as their hand touches the glass, this is something Will's never seen in his life.
Oh my God.
Didn't even know this was real until mere moments ago. They explode into a ginormous fucking creature and like punch the glass really hard. It does nothing. The glass it hardly even vibrates. But it is, the movement of it and the way that this creature appears is quite startling.
Yeah, Will like flings back and like flings into the hallway behind him, and is just like really freaked out, but he's still super wigged out, but he like gets a hold of himself. He kind of like straightens his clothes back up and like does his little like Will like loosening up stuff and like gets himself in the zone, and he goes back up to the glass and he tries to do it again.
To the same person.
Yeah.
They are like pacing in the cell right now, still huge, disgusting, like terrifying. It something primal inside of you is horrified to look at this. And you know that if this got out, it could rip you apart. Easily.
Okay, he goes to another one. And he gets out his cell phone and he types. He types and he oh, what does he type to him? He types like, "Did you sign up for this?" And he holds it against the screen so that they can read it.
The next cell you try, there's a kid, probably 17, 18. And they see you, they watch you walk over, hold your phone up. Get up, take a few steps so they can see what you typed. And what do they respond? You just see them mouth, no.
Fuck. He type again that he said, I guess that's, "What can I do?" And then he holds it up again.
They read it. And like look at you for a long moment.
"You want to be turned?" Question mark, and he holds it up.
You see them mouth, fuck no.
"Am I a kindred?" He types in,
They nod.
and he nods too. He says, "I want to help you," and he holds it up.
You see them mouth, then let me out.
Is there anything that like would indicate that he could let them out?
Yeah. I mean, there's a monitor just outside the door that has their chart information. It looks like it controls various things in the cell: temperature, door, lights.
Oh shit. Is he the only one in there?
Yeah. They all have the monitor on the door, but there's only this one person that you've been talking to in the cell.
Hmm. Um. He types in, "Do they hurt you?" and like holds it up. Oh shit. Um. Oh, bro. I can't let him out. In the kids, if I go back to the computer and look at the kid's file, what does it say about him?
It's all like technical information, age,
Anything
medical
like
history, like stuff like that.
is how often does he turn?
They probably don't have that information in there.
No. Um. What if he so he puts like, if I can figure out how to get you out, how do I know you won't kill me? And he shows it.
And the kid looks at that and just like kind of like rolls their eyes and like just goes and like lays down on the bed.
All right. And he'll signal message to Agnes, last call. Or he'll call her back and tell her what happened and say last call.
Okay. Is there any sort of documentation that just if it can be done and how and
Yeah, is there anything that references the Camarilla if he searches the system for the Camarilla?
No.
It's literally just the patients.
Yeah.
Okay. He yeah, so I guess he'll take what pictures he can, and then he'll head back to her office.
Okay.
Because there's nowhere else that it goes, right? Like,
Right.
how long? Like, how is there dates? Like, how far back? Like, how long has this been going on? This study in particular.
Many, many years.
Many years. Fuck. Okay. Like way before On was born.
Right.
Okay.
Probably like 2003, 2002.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna head back unless Agnes has any words of wisdom for him. All right.
no.
The door to Grace's
And
office is unlocked this time when you try to open it.
is she anywhere to be found?
She is not.
Then I guess he will He'll leave. He'll head for the elevator.
Okay. Where's Will heading?
Fuck. Will is heading. I don't know. To his bike.
Okay, you can have a moment to think about it. Ever, you're in your apartment, and you hear a knock at the door.
It's open.
Where's Ever sitting?
Pretty much exactly where she started.
Okay.
Still, like, surrounded by blood and covered in blood and hasn't really made any moves to do anything.
Okay. The door opens. Are you looking at the door?
Yeah.
The door opens, and you see your brother.
Sure.
He's cleaned up a little bit since you saw him last. He was quite covered in blood from you and Romero the last time you saw him a few hours ago. Now he's quite dressed up in a nice, well-pressed suit, an expensive pair of shoes on.
She looks away and she's like, "Come to taunt?"
No, I came to check on you
Why?
because I gave you an ultimatum and I wanted to make sure that I'm keeping my end of the bargain, of course. It seems like things went well.
Yes, now fuck off.
Ooh, I think I won't. I want to be here to support you.
And I will accept anyone's support as long as it's not from you.
Oh, well, maybe your friend will feel differently. I think family is very important.
Since when?
Since always.
Never felt that way to me.
I'm sorry you didn't feel that way, but maybe I can make it up to you now. You know, I've never been a grandfather before, trying out something new. Maybe I'll be more involved in his life.
Grandfather.
Yes, to your child.
What is... Oh, fuck. You were the one that turned me.
Guinevere. Certainly you'd figured that out by now.
I'd certainly hoped it wasn't the case.
You think I would have let anybody else? We're connected. We always will be connected.
Your human blood connection to me wasn't enough.
It wasn't. This one allows me to do things.
Which things are you hoping to do?
Oh, that's a surprise for later. Is Romero out?
Don't think that's any of your business.
I'll take that as a yes. I'm gonna go find him, introduce myself, and I'll be seeing you soon.
Wait.
Yes.
What do you want so that you will leave him alone?
I want to meet him, so.
You can meet him when I am there.
I can meet him whenever I want.
You can meet him when I am there.
Guinevere.
No, you think you have more power than you do over me now.
Oh, I don't necessarily think I have power over you. I just think I have more power than you.
No, you think you have power over me. And allow me to elaborate by saying you think you can force me to play your little...
You are playing it. So are all your friends.
What would happen if I was no longer here to play your games?
I would be very bummed out. But your friends are proving to be worthy adversaries as well. They'll keep me entertained for a few decades.
If you ever talk to Romero, myself and my friends will not live for another sunrise.
Oh, you'll kill them. And yourself. I love
And
that.
then I'd love to see you be entertained without us.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find a way. This is great. I knew you would play along. This is excellent. Perhaps I will leave Ramiro alone tonight.
You're welcome to meet him,
You've
but
given me
only
many
if I am
things
there.
to think about. I'll come by tomorrow.
Fine.
Could be fun
We'll-
to meet your other friends as well.
I will discuss it with them.
I feel like I know them all so well already.
Because you're a fucking psychopathic stalker.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a stalker too, but at least I'm not crazy.
Oh, you are crazy, just in a different way.
Well, I'm not as crazy as you.
Perhaps. This has been fun. I'll see you tomorrow, Guinevere. Please make sure my grandson is ready to meet me. And I met your boss. Interesting guy.
My boss?
Yeah.
Which boss are you talking about? I don't have a boss.
I'm pretty sure you do have a boss. But
I mean, unless you mean the guy at the bar, in which case I only kind of consider him a boss, because let's be honest, I haven't been going to work like I should be.
wow. I really couldn't care less about everything you just said. I'll see you tomorrow, Guinevere.
See you tomorrow, shithead.
And he
Or
turns on
maybe-
his heels and leaves and slams the door closed.
Yeah, Ever does not get up. She just stays right there.
Great.
She's gonna look down at her phone, and then she's gonna call Agnes again.
Okay. Agnes,
One last ditch effort to
you
try
get a call
and get
from
in
Ever. It goes through this time.
touch. Hooray!
You're muted.
You're muted.
Agnes answers, probably just about to have called Ever herself. So, immediately, hello, Ever, are you okay? What's going on?
I embraced Romero.
What?
Can you come over, please?
Yeah, yes, I'm on my way. There's one thing I have to wrap up here before I go, but I will be there soon.
I'm not really going anywhere, so take your time.
Okay, is he all right? Do you need me to bring anything for him?
I've already called someone to bring something, but he went out for a walk to catch his breath, and he's probably already done something he'll regret tomorrow.
All right. I'll be there soon.
Thank you.
Agnes hangs up.
And then Ever will just go back to staring at a wall.
Okay.
A very bloody, messy wall.
Agnes, what do you need to do before you head to Ever?
She goes to talk to Orin, to get him to, do, I don't know, techie stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so that there's, On isn't seen coming down into the subways,
Okay.
just to cover some tracks to hopefully not have her traced to being underground. And And then Agnes also, before she goes, she grabs her copy of Interview with a Vampire. Puts it in her little satchel, her bag.
Okay.
Sends a text to Jacob, saying, I meant to give you a book for On to read. Remind me to do that the next time I see you. And no, she didn't say that. She sends you forgot your On's copy of Interview with a Vampire at my apartment. And sends that to him. And then goes above ground.
Okay.
Masked
up.
I'll do a rouse check.
Great.
Fucking failed.
You are at hunger 4.
Oh,
It
that's
is
not
very
good.
important for you to note that and remember it for the next time we play.
Yeah, that's.
You head to Evers. Will, what are you doing? We're in the process of wrapping up, just so everyone knows, and figuring out where we leave everyone.
Will's gonna ask to meet Agnes.
Do you text her?
Yeah, like via signal.
Agnes will say, yes, of course, I am meeting Ever. She's had an emergency. So I'll be at her apartment.
And then he texts back, emergency, is she okay?
Is Agnes there with Ever now?
I think this conversation is happening while you're both heading there.
Okay. It's about Romero. It's complicated. I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you were there as well.
He says, oh shit, and then he says, I'll be there as soon as I can, and he heads over to Evers.
Cool.
Then Agnes is also going to just follow up Jacob's text with, I'm not currently at my apartment. I have to go meet Ever.
Does Jacob, you are at home when you receive that message from Agnes?
And I think he must have received that like just shortly after the Justicar left, because the first thing he's gonna do once the Justicar is gone is to message Agnes.
Okay.
We need to talk. So so those two messages come through to Jacob, and he's just gonna text back, "We need to talk."
And she sends back, I would love to. When?
It's like, what time of night is it?
It's probably 4 a.m. It's pretty close to dawn. You have like maybe an hour or two, so enough time, but.
Yeah, he's reckless. He's going to text. I'll see you at Evers.
Okay, Agnes sends a text to Ever. I'm sorry, but a lot of people want to talk to me tonight, and Will and Jacob is also coming to your apartment. I can fix that if you're not comfortable with a crowd. And then sends that.
She looks at her phone and she's like, the fuck is text message?
Oh shit. She calls Ever. Agnes sends the text and then like immediately is like, Lasombra, and calls her.
Hello?
Ever, hi. Sorry, I forget that you don't text or that you can't.
I just don't know how, honestly.
That's okay. Will and Jacob also want to talk to me and might come to your apartment. I can reschedule. Or are you comfortable if they come? You can say no.
Honestly, I'm not, but I think they need to be there. There's things that I think you all need to know.
Okay. All right, well, we will all be there soon. Gonna be okay.
Not sure I believe that.
Well, then I'll believe it for you.
Okay.
I'll see you soon. And she hangs up.
Great. So we'll leave it there. We'll pick up with everyone converging on Ever's apartment when we convene in person.